This is Guru Vandan. Okay.
Hello. I'm starting. Yeah, just now. I'm only doing. Yeah. Just not okay. Yes, check it now.
We are giving few more minutes for all of you to settle down.
So from tomorrow the classes will be
Tomorrow evening.
But the morning will be here.
Morning your meditation, your first class will be here.
Okay, you'll announce it.
I'll announce it. All of you know this prayer. Please join me before we start this session. On occasion, Lord Ganesha, Guru and Devi. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspadana Shinvannoti Visida Sadhanam Om Mahaganapatage Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matra Rupena Samstita Namastasya 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 Namo Namah. Namaskar and good evening to Vijay ji and all his students and all of you. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to attend the sessions for a week with Vijay ji. And it's going to be Bhagavad Gita. So he has a great plan for all of you. I'm very happy to introduce our new manager, Shri Karthik Ram Gopalji. So he has started already working from May 1st onward, and I'll be soon retiring in August. And I'm sure you'll all continue to extend your love and support to our Karthik ji to make all the camps as usual what we have been doing it. So now I'll give it to Karthik ji. Before that, you also know that our Vimala ji also retired in January. So Vimala ji's place will be taken by our Karthik ji's wife, Shrimati Vani Karthik. So welcome her to Gurukulam. And
she's more important than anybody else.
Huh?
She's more important than
That's what Vijay says, so you have to come to the center. So Vani's role is very important. Of course, Karthik should be there in different departments coordinating everything what I've been doing it. So this is our new team, and we also have one more person, Mr. Kishore Dugirala. He is a facility manager and he's taking care of all rooms and grounds and everything. So we are new staff, and I'm sure everything will go well. Okay, Vijay ji, and our Karthik ji will give orientation as I used to give earlier, and he will give you all the details. And tomorrow being third weekend, some adjustments are there. We are having multiple events at the same time. So for a day we have lost that old dining hall, that's temple classroom, we have lost it for a day. So all the details Karthik ji will give it to you. So enjoy classes and make your stay very comfortable. And we're all available, and particularly he'll be also available. Anything that you need to make your stay comfortable and joyful. Take care of yourself and good night.
Thank you. What's the topic? Yeah, sure.
I think most of you know Shuddhatma ji. I I don't know whether he remembers me or not, but
No, I do.
I first met him at a chanting of the morning class at Anaikatti. I don't remember exactly the year, but it must have been around 2003 or 4.
No, Vijayji, Anikatti, I was there between 90 and 98.
1990, okay, so it's even earlier than that then. Okay, because normally I would go to the Rishikesh for the Mahashivratri, but not go to Anaikatti until later. But I must have gone there as well. And I remember his chanting was so good that I complimented him. I don't know if he remembers that or not, but he stuck in my mind as a person who was so devoted and so clear about the study. And also later on when he became the manager of the ashram, which year was that?
I came there in 1998.
Okay.
Long time.
That's why Vijay forgot essentially. Yeah.
So yeah, and he's been a pillar of the whole place, and he's just an amazing job of managing the growth, managing the issues that come up with it, and so on. So it's a delight to have someone that has given so much of his life to this institution, and I'm very sad in a way that he is now moving on to back to India, and we wish him really all luck, but he has been a tremendous help to me personally, and we have had nothing but the best relationship. It's a very pleasant and lovely relationship, so thank you very much so much.
Thank you, Vijayji. Good evening, everyone, and again I welcome on behalf of Arsha Vidya Gurukulam all of you here again. As I try to fill the shoes of Sudatmaji, hopefully it's a bigger one here. I'd try to do my justice to that and the responsibility given to me. So I'll quickly go through the program thing. We should have had the printout, but we'll give it to you by tomorrow morning for the meditation thing. So today now we have 8 to 9 the orientation and the introductory satsang of Vijay Ji, however I want to formulate it. Tomorrow morning 7:30 to 8 is meditation, which will happen here in this classroom only. And then 8:45 to 9:45 is the first class from Vijay Ji. Then tomorrow being the first Sunday, we have our regular Bhagavad Gita sessions going on every first Sunday and third Sunday. So that class will be between 10 and 11, and then there is a second one at 11:30 and 12:30. Feel free to attend that. That is a continuation, which is that right now I think they are in chapter 10. So Swami Muktadmanandaji will be handling those sessions, and there will be public also will be joining, like who are regularly attending here nearby and all that. And then evening you'll be back to your regular schedule at 4:45 to 5:45. And mostly we are trying to get the temple classroom ready for that by the time the Ayurveda camp would have ended. So then it would be the class where all the sessions will continue to happen. So I'll keep you posted, and we should be ready by then. Only the morning class and the Bhagavad Gita regular session will happen here for only tomorrow. After that it's a regular schedule, the same schedule from 7:30 to 8. Morning meditation from Monday on till Friday, which is, and then 9 to 10 is the class 1, and 11 to 12 we have the second class, and the third class at 4:45 to 5:45, and then 8 o'clock is the Satsang, question answers. On Saturday we have 7:30 to 8 and 9 to 10, and then 11 to 12 is the concluding class on May 10th. So that's our Guru Dakshina. And for everyone, you may be aware of the temple. Morning 5:15 we have a Lagu Ganapati Homa in the Homa building, And then at 5:40 a.m. we'll have the Rudrabhisheka for Dakshinamurti. Then we have afternoon Aarti at 12:15 to 12:30. And then evening Aarti at 6 o'clock, which is from this Sunday we have changed the timing to 6 o'clock. And the dining hall is generally open at 5:15 for hot water, coffee, tea and all that. Also the temple one. And breakfast is between 7:30 and 8:30. So maybe after your meditation you can feel free to come to the dining hall there. And lunch at 12:30 to 2. And obviously tea, coffee, we have a time here as 3:30 to 4:45. But that is just to remain, there's a class at 4:45. Otherwise the coffee, tea lobby is always open. And dinner is at 6:45 to 7:45. So if anyone interested to do any Gurukulam Seva or something like 8:30 to 8:55, sometimes people help in the kitchen, cutting vegetable and stuff like that. And then there's a free time between 2 and 3. So that's how the timing right now. And we'll be giving the printout also tomorrow morning first thing. Before the meditation class, we'll keep it ready. So any other questions, anything, like if anything is there, please let me know now, or anytime you can reach out. You have my phone number maybe, and I will publish that as part of the material. And we'll be available in office, and we'll take care of any.
So morning puja in the same hall? Morning puja.
Puja in the temple.
Temple, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the temple. 5:15, the Lagu Ganapati Homa is in the Homa building. Yeah. After that, 5:40, Rudrabhishekam starts at the temple. Generally, it gets over close to 7. So you have meditation at 7:30. Maybe after that, you have half an hour coffee, tea, whatever. Then you can come over here tomorrow. After that, it will be the next temple classroom only.
Are these sessions being broadcasted in the YouTube? Or?
Yeah. Right now itself the live is going on. It's in the same Arsha Vidya Peetam channel. Live will be there. Yeah. All the classes will be on live, including meditation.
I think what network should we follow and what's the password?
Network here, are you seeing anything AVG related? There may be multiple networks. You try the password is same everywhere. It's Silver, Jubilee, all capital.
AVG Pampa already I'm seeing here.
The password is the same, right?
Yeah, try that.
Silver Jubilee, all caps.
Yeah.
JUBILEE.
Right.
What's connected to it?
If we had it before, it connect all.
But it didn't connect to the time.
Okay. Yeah, I hope the rooms, whatever, there were 1 or 2, there were some changes. I hope with that everything is fine also, right? Yeah.
So in terms of schedule,
yeah.
One suggestion. As Karthikji mentions, for the second class, which would normally be from 11 to 12, I think it would be very nice if all of you can attend Swami Muktatmananda's session on Bhagavad Gita, which is from 11:30 to 12:30.
The second one. First
Second
one is 10 to 11.
Okay, so this is what I was saying. We will not attend the first one.
Okay.
Instead, I propose that we do the following. What time is our class ending? It's
9:45.
9:45.
8:45 to 9:45.
8:45. So tomorrow is 8:45 to 9:45 morning class after meditation. What we should do, that why don't we get together at 1 hour later, which is 10:45. Okay, 1 hour, 11. And I would like to give you a personal tour of the whole place. Okay, which includes not only what it is today, which I think most of you know, but how we grew to that point. Because as you know, I'm one of the founders of the, we were part of the group that found this place back, and so I would like to give you a history of that. And so we would allocate about maybe half hour to 45 minutes for doing that. And then we will move to Swamiji's lecture. Is that okay? Okay. Okay. So
Swamiji is here.
Sorry?
Swamiji will take class here.
Same place. Swamiji's class is here.
Oh, Swamiji's class is
That is
here.
how we requested you to move the class at 8:45 instead of 9.
Okay, I see. Okay, so the big, no, not Swami Muktaatmananda's. That also will be here. Okay,
You were
okay, I
talking about
see, I
Vidya.
didn't realize. Okay.
But
No, but that's still fine. They can assemble in the lobby or somewhere. They can do the tour and come to the
auditorium is
second class.
open. We can. They can see that.
Yeah, so we will meet at the outside the dining hall.
Yeah, the lobby.
And then we will start. I have a better idea. Let's assemble close to the office. I also stay close to it. We'll start the process from there.
Right.
Okay?
Our class is from 8 to 8:45.
No,
8:45
8:45
to
to
9:45.
9.
So what? why
Every
don't we
day
meet
it will be from 9 to
10?
10. I just thought that you will rest for a while and then we will begin that second session and then we will move here close to it. So let's move it at, and we'll get together at 9:45. No, 10:45
For the tour.
for the tour.
For the tour.
10:45 at the tour near the office.
Then they will all come here at 11:30 for Swamiji's class.
Okay, very good.
That's perfect.
Excellent.
Okay.
Think about the timing. Can we repeat one more time so that I can confuse?
He'll give a printout tomorrow.
So tomorrow is a special day. It's confusing tomorrow. But after that it becomes
We'll be here at 7:30.
7:30.
Oh, thank you.
I think there is another level now here.
Oh, is that another one?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's not.
Karthik, do you know if there are some more people? I know two other people from our group that will be coming tomorrow.
Right.
Are there others who are still missing? Because the count you gave me, I don't think we have enough people. I'm just trying to see when we should.
Maybe two more.
Two more families.
Two more you have to come. Two more couples.
Yes.
Yeah.
Two more couples.
Yeah.
When will they be here?
They are supposed to check in today, but.
Okay, they're supposed to check in today. Okay, that gives me an idea.
Yeah.
Because there are 6 people.
Right.
Because I wanted to also do self-introductions. So those kinds of things, we will do that tomorrow. Okay? Okay, that's what I wanted to find out.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So we can just have a general satsang and so
Yeah.
on. Okay, good. All right, thanks very much. Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Vishwam Darpanadishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam Pasyanatmani Mayaya Bahiribodbhutam Yatha Nidraya Yat Sakshat Kurute Prabodha Samaye Swatmanamevadvayam Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshina Murtaye. Very happy to really be involved in this 1 week on this whole topic with all of you, and I appreciate your dedicating your time for this, and I look forward to really having a discussion about something which hopefully will be very useful to you in your own life here. And so, very excited, wonderful. I have a very full schedule of things. I've been working on it for about a month, ever since we decided to hold this session. I knew there was good material that I had in my mind, but I wanted to structure it. It's really interesting. I'll talk again tomorrow on this a little bit more detail, but how does one teach Bhagavad Gita in 1 week? If you have any ideas, please let me know. Bhagavad Gita itself is a very vast book, and the ideas contained in it are profound and diverse. They are meant for many different people at different stages of their lives, different aspirations. It gives as much depth as you want, as many examples as you want, and it's also somewhat complex. I would even say complicated. Gita is not an easy book to study, as I also went through. Certainly my experience was that I remember reading Swami Radhakrishnan's book. It was also part of the fact that I was not ready. But certainly 2 or 3, I always had a lot of respect for it, but 2 or 3 forays into it were not very successful. I really didn't get anything out of it. It wasn't until I started reading some other books that I finally came back to it and began to appreciate the depth of it. So it's a very challenging book. So the question is, how do you teach Bhagavad Gita in these 15, 16, 17 lectures? That's the thing. Well, people have taken an approach of taking one chapter and just devoting it on it. And for those of you in the Bay Area, when Swami Vidyaatmananda and I had met, in fact, it was interesting, I think Shuddhatmaji's gone, but when Swami Vidyaatmananda came, very first time to this ashram, Swami Dayanandji gave me the honor of introducing him. I was just amazed. I said, so it was an honor to me. And I introduced Swami Vidyaatmananda. And then, of course, I became a great student of his and a friend of his, to a point where, starting, I think, in 2003, we made a decision that Swamiji will come to the Bay Area once a year, and every year he will take one chapter. And he would stay with my wife and I in our home for 1 week, and we would spend a lot of time together. I really got to know him even better, and so that's how the teaching was. So the basic thing is that you can teach one chapter in 1 week. So this is one method. The other method is what Swami Dayanandji has done, which is to take some key verses from the Bhagavad Gita and manufacture a subject matter based on those key verses. That's another one to do, and I certainly was considering it. So in fact, last year when I was here, what did we take last year? We took Kaivalya Upanishad, I think. I had a session with Swami Vidyaatmananda, and so he was asking, so please come back next year, what do you want to teach? So we both decided, let's take Bhagavad Gita. And he didn't give me any more instructions, and he said, okay, take Bhagavad Gita. How do I take Bhagavad Gita in 1 week? But I think over the last few months, some ideas came to my mind. And this is what I'm going to present tomorrow, which I don't know if anybody else has done, but those are my own personal views, and I'm committed to it, and I hope that you will find it very useful. And what it is as follows. It has 3 sections. Okay. One section is, and by the way, this is based on, really, that's one of the things that you should see about me is that I'm an advanced student and have really been studying this for a while, but I'm also a householder. I have 4 grandchildren, a lot of demands on my time. I can't really be a sannyasi, so I'm like one of you. And so hopefully it will have some relevance to how I structure. But I think if I looked at my own life and then started the more, just the advanced study of Vedanta, because things were getting better, but not well enough for me to become, really understand. I don't understand. I'm not a Jivan Mukta yet. So the question is, where are you? And for the last few years, it started to really make sense to me. More than just academically, you read this and you so on and so forth, but something about my own self and my understanding, my own vision about myself. And I noted down what happened to me that allowed me to reach that level. So, the first stage which I will present to you tomorrow, starting tomorrow, is a listing of what are the things that Vedanta really got to me. Okay, not specific verses, not specific concepts, but just concepts, but what were the things that really moved me, moved my needle, so to speak. And I did a short version of that in our October, the 3-day seminar that we had in the Bay Area, but it wasn't enough time to do that. So I resolved that if we hold this session, I will expand on it so that it will be much more complete in my sense. So what you will see, what we will go through is, I think I have about 24 of these points that I would like to just talk about. So these are almost like pieces of the puzzle. So you took one piece here, one piece there, and so on, and start to put it. It's not all together yet. The whole picture is not there. But it will start with the pieces of the puzzle. So this will be the first piece. Then we will start putting them together into a storyline of the life on how, what is the problem, what are we not doing, what should we do, etc., etc. In this phase, I will start to link it to the Bhagavad Gita. And so what you will see, and of course I'm running out of time, I did the best I could, and we will do that on the fly, but each of the concepts will have a corresponding reference in the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. So we will inch towards the Gita in the second phase. In the third phase, which will be much shorter, but nevertheless will be very specific, we will actually comment on the entire Gita from a conceptual standpoint. What is chapter 1? What is it conveying? What's the first section? What is the second section? What is the third section? How it relates to it? So it will be much more heavily dependent on the specific shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita. So this is the plan that I have. I don't know if you'll see your... I would be able to see from your reactions actually to a lot of points. But later on you can please write to me and saying, did you get something out of it or should I change it? Or just abandon it? No, I won't abandon it. So anyway, this is my plan. So it's interesting, so I think one of the teachers, which I think a lot of you know, that I follow a lot, is Swami Akhandananda. His Hindi books have been just absolutely marvelous for me, putting it all together. And I will talk a lot about his concepts, his ideas. They're already in there, but specifically also that I would mention. There was one thing that he said which was very interesting, and I would say this. I could discuss that now. If that's all you remember and get out of this week, I would consider your coming here successful. What is that? This is what Swami Akhandananda has said. He said, first of all of our dukkha. Now, everybody understands the word dukkha, right? So I don't have to talk about problems or this or the other. You understand dukkha. If they were Westerners, then I would probably have to explain that. But we said all of our dukkhas is due to wrong thinking. Please understand this very well. All of it. Not some. If there are dukkhas that seem to come from someplace else, that also is a subset of the overall conclusion that the dukkhas are really manufactured our own. Now we're going to talk a lot about this, so I'm not going into the details of that. But here is the concept. This was mind-blowing when I saw this. And I think it was in one of his books that I read about 2-3 years ago. So he says, please understand that all the dukkhas are self-imposed, because we're wrong thinking. We gave a beautiful example of that. Just to give you an idea. He said, first of all, I'm just going back to it, that you should at least get an idea of who you are, the nityatvam of the Atma, the fact that you are really not going anywhere should be somewhat clear. It should be somewhat clear. But even if it is not clear, consider this fact. Your dukkha comes from someone disassociating you from something. Someone initiates something that you did not initiate. That is the source of dukkha. Example, your money is taken away. Simple example. Somehow or the other. Either somebody steals it, you lose money in the stock market. Our president's new ideas have created some 401 problems for people. Dukkha. You did not do it. Money taken away from you in from one form or the other is the source of dukkha. That's an example. I'll give you many more examples. The contrary part of that is that if you voluntarily give something away, it is a source of sukha. Please remember this fact very well. Voluntarily giving something is same thing is source of sukha, and someone initiating it not from your agreement is dukkha. So money is a wonderful example of that. Money steals it. On the other hand, I know how much money you guys give to Aim for Seva. 500,000 is that or the other. Why did you did it? And so the parting of things is the same. In both cases, money is gone. In one case, you did not initiate it, dukkha. The second one is you voluntarily gave it, sukha. Please remember this formula. If you remember this formula and you apply it to your life, forget about Bhagavad Gita and so on and so forth, you will be 80% better already. Let's continue on with these other examples. My other favorite example would be your children. Okay? If your children do not call you enough, source of dukkha. This is what happened to my mom. I remember this is when this is like about 30 years ago. Because normally, those were the days when there was no cell phones. Even placing a telephone call was so expensive. 4-minute conversation was like $15, $20. And so I would measure our phone calls to my mom and dad and say, how are you doing? Everything is okay. I'll try to do it. And she would say, you haven't called me for 1 month. And, so I forgot. So all this was going on. Then this one time, my wife and I had gone to Europe for some business, and then we also had some vacation. I had not called her for like 2 months. When she called me, I have never heard that language in my life. Is this why we were brought you up as children? You've abandoned us completely. I said, oh my gosh, what have I done? Oh my goodness. So if your children, you don't like your children to abandon you, it's dukkha. It's dukkha. And they do it in various forms. You all know that. They would not call you on enough, forget your birthdays, but no, not really. I think they do remember, but anniversaries they forget. They'll forget other things. Dukkha, dukkha, dukkha. If you, on the other hand, just resolve, let them be. Let them be independent. It's okay. It's all right. They've got a busy life. Why are you expecting? Is that your happiness, that your children must call you every time? What is going? So this is a voluntary separation. And you know what you will find is, and I'm telling you this is happening to me, is that when my sons call me, and I'm not really expecting them, I'm very happy. Very happy. I don't care, it's okay. It's all right. How's everything? So on and so forth. It's good. So they no longer really give me any problems. And I've learned that from my parents also. And so this is part of the thing. It's because you learn what not to do from your parents also. Just sort of like a soliloquy. I remember one thing. My dad would always complain, I cannot remember anything. मुझे कुछ याद ही नहीं आती. I cannot remember people's names. And this was a constant thing and so on. He used to bug everybody. Why can't I remember? I had resolved right there and then, I'm never going to do that. And do you know, my memory is worse than his. It really is. I can't even remember names of roads anymore. Really, it's just because, but you know something? I'm not upset. I am what I am, and my memory doesn't really bother me. So let it go. This is very good. Very good. I was discussing that with my regular physician the other day. I was giving him all the problems that I have, this, that, or the other. And I also said, I'm having memory loss. He says, good. That's par for your age. That's good. You're a completely healthy person. You don't have Alzheimer's. It's perfectly okay. So I have given up trying to worry about things because you're okay the way you are. This is a big theme that we're going to study. We are completely okay. We don't realize it. We have just made conditions on ourselves that this must happen, otherwise I'm not going to be happy. Wrong thinking. Then Swami Akhandananda expands it. He just starts with this. But as a concept, it was a very, very good, very interesting concept. That any separation that you do, the same thing gives you sukha. But if you didn't initiate it, it gives you dukkha. Please, this is viveka. Then he goes all the way and says, take it to the extreme. This is just an example, but you're not going to be completely happy with this. Please remember to have vairagya towards anatma. If you don't, anatma will give you so much dukkha you cannot believe. The world will be full of problems for you. Your body will get separated from you. Your mind, you won't remember anything. And finally, death will take you away from you. Your whole life away from you. It is not what you want. It is something which is not voluntary. But you know what? You can voluntarily become independent of it. And the voluntary independence with the study of Vedanta is all sukha, 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 sukha. You should discover it. This is not something that once somebody says something to you, you write it down, you've got to do this. Nothing like that. You have to discover it. Start now. Don't wait. Because what will happen is that you're saying, well, the world is not treating me that badly today. Everything is going well. My job is okay. I've got enough money and so on and so forth. Just wait. It's it will happen. It will happen. In fact, Swami Dayananda used to say that. He said, anything that is given to you is potentially a source of dukkha. One day it will. You're just postponing it. You're being blasé about it. My health is okay, my children love me, everything is okay, and so on and so forth. One way or the other, it will be taken away from you. So this central rule that Swami Akhandananda pointed out is to be stuck in our mind. It's going to separate one way or the other. But if you initiate it, you'll be very happy. If it is forced on you, you'll be unhappy. So I was just thinking that, our regular class has not started yet. We will do that tomorrow. But I think this is one kennel of wisdom. Is really something which is something that we can really take into heart. Anyway, I think we'll have a good session. We will have plenty of opportunity to have satsang, question answers, because that's the advantage of really meeting in person. Because I've been teaching it on YouTube, but you don't have that kind of a give and take, so I'm very happy that a few of you have agreed to come together. And so the satsangs are just as useful as the main one. So I would say this, that even in the main classes, which will be an hour each, hopefully if you had some things that you wanted to, I will try to wind up maybe a few minutes early. But if for some reason we don't get to the answers, generally we will not. Right? Because there's a lot to tell, so I think that time is taken up by the discourse itself. But if we don't get the time to do so, certainly by the end of the day we'll have plenty of time to have a satsang, leisurely discussion, no specific ones. So I really look forward to doing that. And we will like to maybe tomorrow sometime have each one of you stand up and give an introduction to yourself so the others can also get to know you. That would be wonderful. So I will wait for the 6 people to come tomorrow, then we will do that. Maybe they may not be here. I know Sanjeev and Ranjit are not going to be here. I don't know what time they will arrive. But we will do the introductions tomorrow. And we will begin tomorrow in a very systematic manner. So we will do that. I would think that if you have, that's the other thing, that I don't have a text that you can share. I considered making the points on my own, but I think that I rely on you. I will point out when the main points are, and I rely on you to write them down, okay, in whatever ways you want, either your iPhone or your, I should say cell phone, not iPhone, because my son works for Google, and I also have a Google phone, so not just iPhone, any cell phone. Or you can write it down on your notebook. And of course, everybody will have a copy of the Gita that we will give you tomorrow. I think the bookstore, I've already called them, so they should have one. I would prefer not to mark the Gita in pen. Somehow, you can do whatever you want to, but you can do that in pencil, but not in pen. But you can make a reference, when I make a reference to Bhagavad Gita, you can just make a reference to the verse number so and so and do that at home. So you can do that as well. And so essentially I will run out of time because I would like to, this is the interesting thing. I have to tell you this. If I read the Gita verses now, it has much more meaning to me than it did when I had not understood these concepts before. Same verses. When I read them, I said, why didn't I see this before? Well, you didn't, because you were not prepared enough. So you will see that once we have covered the concepts, hopefully they'll trigger in you a better understanding of the specifics of the Bhagavad Gita. So we will do that tomorrow. What else? Do you have any questions or suggestions or anything you can tell me? I think we will have enough rest in between, so you can, especially in the afternoon, please walk around. And when we go through this tour tomorrow, I will show you. If many of you are already familiar with it, but I would like to take you to some of the places. I think you will find it very useful. So that session at 10:45 will be very useful for you, I think, to get to know the ashram a little bit. So we will look forward to doing that. Any other ideas or any other suggestions or questions? Yeah.
I have an announcement for yoga class for tomorrow.
Yeah, please. That's what I was going to ask you.
For yoga class.
For my class?
No, yoga classes.
session.
Yoga classes.
Announcement for that.
Yeah, please come. Yeah.
So we'll have yoga classes from 3:45 to 4:30, 45 minutes. It'll be in a yoga studio, and Paralji has agreed to teach. She's an experienced teacher from Yog Bharati, and I and Sujata will be there to help. So we'll be three of us, and she'll lead, and we'll all enjoy. And her style, I know, is light. It's not too aggressive like previous ones that we had some of them last year. Arsha, so aggressive. I couldn't do it,
Oh.
I would be totally exhausted. And I couldn't do all of them. I just had to stop in between.
She used to do it in gym and stuff. That's why she's.
Surendra, I have a question. Should we not announce it to the entire the other people as well? Is there some way to?
I can ask Karthik if you can announce.
I think so. Karthik ji, here we have a very good yoga teacher, and if that can be announced to the others, they may be interested. I don't know. What do you think?
Is the hall even available?
Yoga studio.
Tomorrow onwards it will be available. Today there is a program ending.
Yoga studio.
Tomorrow afternoon it will be available. We can announce. The other one would be the Jyotisha camp, which will be starting. So we can announce them if anyone is interested. We will announce it. Yeah.
So
What time you are trying to do?
3:45 to 4:30, 45 minutes.
Okay.
The yoga studio.
Yoga studio. Yeah, we'll announce.
For 6 days.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Sunday to Friday.
Friday.
Saturday, we know.
Sure. We'll announce.
So how will you announce it?
For the other program people, we'll go to the program and inform them. That's all we can do.
Maybe just some. I don't know. I guess the next to the temple or something. Something because that might be useful.
Or give me a
If
flyer.
you have some details, we can make a quick flyer, not a very colorful one maybe, but at least the main information, and we can print it out.
So I'll talk to Paralji and see
Yeah.
if she had some words to put in there.
Something like even minimum words, not a big this thing. You can say the yoga teacher name and time on
Tomorrow,
the thing.
we'll work tomorrow.
Send it to me in email. We'll print it out in the office and we can put it in the main places also.
Yeah.
It'll
Even in
be,
the lobbies.
it'll be very inexpensive, only $100 for 45 minutes
Per day.
per day.
Probably you want to say something? Just few words about what you teach, what your style is.
So it's a typical yoga bhakti, which is we start with prayer and some loosening or sukshma vyayam. Then Surya Namaskar is usually part of and other, depending on the class, time of the day, 2-3 different asanas, and ending with relaxation and prayer.
So you could even put the words like easy or something like that, for people.
Yeah, this would be much more slower paced.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
Gentle please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gentle yoga. Gentle
Maybe
yoga.
gentler yoga.
We'll put it tomorrow morning.
Gentle yoga.
And also time of the day, right? So usually after a meal,
Yeah,
it's recommended 5 to 6 hours. We usually eat by 12. So there's not long enough gap in the middle. It has to
That's
be
why it's gentle.
Yeah, that's a challenge always.
Yeah.
You can
We
get
feed
3
you
hours.
good too. So everybody gets lucky and we just do gentle yoga.
So by the way, I'm not like a teacher. I have taken training and I was offering classes at the temple and then volunteering for yoga bhakti.
Good.
And since
That's good.
COVID, it's just online, couple of days a week we do classes.
Perfect.
Haven't done in person since COVID. Yeah.
So you say you recommend 5 to 6 hours gap after eating?
That's a ratio.
No, I think it's 3 hours.
First thing in the morning.
2 to 3 hours. So
Two to 3 hours.
in the morning, right?
Unless you have a very heavy meal.
Yeah.
We need to distribute that seed on the.
Oh, sorry. So this will be added to your brochure tomorrow.
Okay.
They did not have the Guru Vandanam verses, so we'll add that to it. And so there will be morning verse, and then these verses, and then the 15th chapter of the Gita will also be there. So if those of you can please chant it before the lunch, just before lunch that is chanted. So hopefully we can.
Very fast. Arvindji wanted all of them.
Anything else?
So, Vijay, would you say that dukkha is not situational but interpretational? How you interpret it?
I didn't hear, not situational, but
Dukkha
what?
is not caused by a situation, it's how you interpret it. It's interpretational.
Yes.
Not-
So I think Swami Vidyatatmananda ji says it very well. I've heard him. I mean, there are certain points that it stands out in my mind from each of the teachers. Swami Tattvavidananda ji and so on. They all say the same thing generally, but they all have. Swami Vidyatatmananda says it very well. He says that the situations in life that make you unhappy are triggers. You already have a masala inside, some kind of an explosive masala inside already. And it's unfortunate that you are storing it without realizing it. And what the situations in life does is to explode it in your own mind. And then, of course, you blame the messenger. Where all the messenger did was to do a good thing to you, to say, hey, look what you've got. Swami Aganananda makes this very, very beautiful point. He says, suppose you you eat food which is not clean, which is this is what children do. They can pick it up from the floor and so on, and the fathers have to say, no, God, don't pick it up. Eat good food. And by not clean food means unhealthy food, which should be avoided, which really gives you problems. Food which is based on your desire rather than nutrition, all those are bad foods, not clean foods. So you keep storing them in your own. This is Swami Khandananda I'm talking about. So you are like a vessel, like a ghada, and you keep putting dirty food in it, which has not been fully cleaned out, and you don't clean the ghada. And even if the food is gone, your ghada is still dirty. And this is all the Vedantic poets say this to Ishvara, that I am not clean enough to worship you. So Bhagavan says you're right, because Bhagavan is the cleanest person there is. And if you want to approach him, you should be at least clean. It includes clothing and your car and everything. It should be clean. And so really speaking, it is a trigger of the dirt inside of you anyway. Because if somebody insults you, it would be something like where you say the person doesn't know me. He doesn't know me, it's okay. Swami Khandananda gives this very beautiful example, another one. So he says that there was a Mahatma that used to live on the bank of one of the rivers in India. And he used to talk about Vedanta. And so what happens in India is that you have so many other people who are not Vedantins. So they are bhaktas, and they are this, that, or the other. So this woman comes charging and said, "You're insulting Ishvara. You're telling everybody you are Ishvara. You are Ishvara. This is so stupid. You're a criminal person." And so she ranted and ranted. This Mahatma was sitting there. So people were said, "Swamiji, she's insulting you. You should really say something something to her." Swamiji said, "She's not insulting me. That's not me. It doesn't have any effect on me." So they said, no, Swamiji. And so she said, no, I'm telling you. You are the one who is creating all this. Swamiji says, "You don't know me. You're creating, you're insulting some. It's like insulting my clothes, my body and mind, and so on and so forth. That's not who I am. So don't tell me about any of that." So the cleanliness of the thinking is very essential before you approach Ishvara. And so in that sense, the things that happen to us are like triggers that help us evaluate ourselves. Is it really? Is it my fault? And actually speaking, it is always my own fault. Always my own fault. This we will get into some more advanced versions of this towards the end of this, so I cannot talk about it at this point. And so a lot of the concepts have to be given. We are just talking in general. But at the end, if we are serious, because I think what we will, this is the thing I should mention, I'll do that again tomorrow. This is going to be a very ambitious class. It is not just mamby-pamby, a little bit of Vedanta, a little bit of this. We are just going to go all out in a very advanced stage. And if you don't, I don't expect you to all say, yes, that's it, I'm done. But at least listen. Listen to where we all have to go. I have to go there too. I'm not there point that either. But my path is very clear. My vision, where I want to go is very clear. And that we must know what that advanced vision is. And then it's a matter of our absorbing it over time and so on and so forth. So yeah. Well, it is time to call it a day. So we'll always end with this one prayer. Om Asato Ma Satkamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Vidya Ma Amritangamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti